Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel, NiNjahCheeto here. I'm going to discuss a little bit about a function that was added this week, which is making our gear stronger. We now have the ability to limit break 7 and 8 star weapons and armor, but the required items are a bit of a grind to get. I do want to mention this upcoming week we will be facing Dark Falls Aegis, and there is already confirmed new weapons in the item shop, which should be extremely strong. It's very likely we will obtain new armors, although currently that is just an assumption and speculation, as no armor has been officially confirmed yet. But anyways, I just wanted to say keep this in mind before spending any crazy amounts of Meseta on gear currently. But making yourself stronger is always good, especially for new content to clear faster, and I'm sure Dark Falls Aegis is probably going to be hitting pretty hard too. Okay, so if you're at the item enhancement lab and you go to limit break, you can actually see that you can limit break 7 and 8 star gear now. And in order to do this, in the middle of the screen, it's going to show you're going to require either 2 Arms Refiner 2 for every 7 star, or if you have an 8 star, it's going to require 4 Arms Refiner 2. And it also requires a couple of Arms Refiner 1 as well. And for all 7 stars, it's going to cost 170,000 Meseta each. As well, for all 8 stars, it's going to cost 180,000 Meseta each. Now, you can't actually, when it comes to weapons, currently we still don't have potential 5 for the weapons, so even though we're limit breaking our gear and getting them to plus 60, you still actually can't attain potential level 5, so it's going to add about a little bit of attack though. It's a decent little bump in attack, so it's pretty good. It's definitely making things stronger. It is quite costly to do this, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video, so keep in mind if you're low on Meseta like me, just keep in mind that Falls gear is going to be coming next week. You can actually make quite a bit of Meseta while grinding out these Arms Refiners though. So the way that you get a hold of these Arms Refiners, you can go down here in the exchange shop right here, the exchange enhancement materials, and then other enhancement materials. And you can see Arms Refiner as well as Arms Refiner 2 can be exchanged here. Now, Arms Refiner and Arms Refiner 2 you can get in PSE combat sectors. As you're grinding and fighting bosses and stuff, you'll just randomly get a hold of these as drops. And you can see on the bottom right there, for the Arms Refiner 1, it takes the Strugment A, Strugment B, Strugment C, and the NEX cube. It's pretty easy to get hold of stuff. You can actually buy the Strugments from player shops, and they're pretty cheap usually. They actually drop in quite an abundance. The thing that's going to be gated and pretty hard to get a hold of is the Arms Refiner 2 here. Now the Arms Refiner 2 is a big part of what's going to stop you from enhancing all your gear right away. And you can see up in the top right, there's actually a limit per week, so you can only purchase 2 of these every week. So you want to make sure that you all try to get these every week. This should be like part of your weekly routine. Even if you don't want to upgrade your gear right now, it's still a good idea just to try to get 2 of these a week, just so whenever you do upgrade your gear, you have some Arms Refiners so you're ready to. Other than that, you're going to have to rely on RNG. So the new area that is in the game, the Neusen plant, that area actually has Arms Refiner 2 that drops from bosses. And I'll go ahead and show y'all, you should see on the screen here a little bit of gameplay combat. And we was fighting over here with me and my team a couple days ago, and just been grinding out there, and as you're grinding there, you can get Gunblaze as drops, Gunblaze camos, and the Kuklo CV camos and stuff. It's actually got some pretty good drops over there. But you can get the Arms Refiner 2 as drops from bosses. Just all the bosses there kind of have a chance to drop that stuff. So ideally, actually, in my opinion, I don't even think PSE bursting in the new area is the best strategy currently. I think the best strategy probably is just trying to rush for the trials currently, just because the more bosses you fight, the more chance that Arms Refiner 2 you're going to be getting. But at the same time, the Gunblaze drops can sell for a lot of money too, so it's kind of a hard decision on what to make. Just kind of play it by ear, ask the room what everybody's wanting to do. Because some parties are definitely going to want to do PSE still, and some parties are definitely just going to want to try to kill as many bosses as quickly as possible just to get these Arms Refiner 2 as much as possible. If you're unsure of how to get to the Neusen plant, I'll open up the map here and I'll show you exactly where it is. If you was to travel to the Fusela Ridge 1, there's actually a main story quest investigating the Neusen plant that'll pop up for you. There's going to be a marker that'll take you right there from Fusela Ridge 1. It's in the outer area 1. And you can just run right up there, and it's gonna basically just direct you right to where to go. Inside of that burning volcano spire thing, there's a little teleporter inside of there just to get inside. And once you go through the little elevator, there you are. Now, there is actually an item that you can use in the game. Now, this came from a previous AC support scratch ticket. So these are actually pretty expensive, the in limit break substitution plus 60. And you could use this item instead of arms refiners. You could use this item and it would just let you limit break all your stuff. You would need 1 capsule per piece of gear, of course, per weapon or per armor. But it's pretty costly. As you can see, this is ship 1 price. But I would also keep in mind that the new falls gear is right around the corner. We're having falls this upcoming week, which will have new gear in the game. Assumption that it's going to have new armor. We don't really know for certain yet, but we do know that it has new weapons. And depending on what weapons you're using currently, that's very likely that the falls weapons are going to be quite a bit better. I would imagine that the gun blaze with like Fixa, Fatal 5 and stuff like that's probably still going to be like maybe better or compete. I guess it's all going to depend on if the falls weapons drop with Fixa on them too, so I really don't know. I usually don't number crunch or math out all the best and select gear. I just try to keep up a little bit. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for today. Have you all been having any luck with Arms Refiner 2 or Gunblaze weapons dropping in the Neusen plant? Are you all excited to fight Dark Falls and obtain its new gear? Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a wonderful day, friends. See you in the next one.